Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Dang Good Show. If you're just joining us, you're in for a treat because we're diving into the second episode of our three-part series, Living with Integrity, A Path to Authenticity and Fulfillment. In episode 38, we laid the groundwork by exploring the core of integrity, what it means, why it matters, and how deeply it's tied to authenticity and self-awareness. If you missed it, well, I highly recommend giving it a listen. It's the foundation of everything we're diving into today. Now, in today's episode, Integrity in Action, Navigating Challenges with Honesty and Courage, we're talking about how integrity shows up in the real world. Those everyday moments when we're tested, whether it's in our personal relationships, at work, or even when no one is watching. How do we stay true to ourselves? I'll share some practical stories, personal tips, and strategies to navigate those tricky situations with courage and honesty. So, grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's dive into part 2 of this powerful series. Integrity isn't just about the big, defying moments in life. It's about the small, everyday decisions we make. It's the way we handle disagreements, the honesty we bring to our work, and the promises we keep to ourselves and others. When we think about integrity in action, it's about aligning what we do with what we believe. And let's be real, it's not always easy. Life throws curveballs, temptations, and pressures our way, making it feel easier to take shortcuts or avoid uncomfortable truths. But here's the thing. Every time we choose integrity, we reinforce trust, not just with others, but with ourselves. Let me share a personal story. Years ago, I was in a professional situation where I was asked to do something that didn't sit right with me. It wasn't illegal or anything, but it felt unethical, cutting corners on a project to save time. At the time, I had 2 choices: speak up and risk being seen as difficult, or stay quiet and go along with it. My gut told me to say something, but I hesitated. What if it created tension with my colleagues? What if it affected my reputation? So after some reflection, I realized that staying quiet would go against my values of honesty and quality. So I voiced my concerns, not in a confrontational way, but by offering an alternative solution that aligned with our goals without compromising integrity. To my surprise, my team appreciated my input. It not only strengthened my credibility, but also showed me that the power of standing by my values, even when it feels risky. Integrity isn't just about professional situations. It's a big part of our personal relationships too. Think about the time when you've avoided a difficult conversation because it felt easier to keep the peace. Maybe you've been in a situation where you felt unappreciated or disrespected by a friend or family member. Well, the easy route? Let it slide and keep the status quo. The harder, more integrity-driven route? Well, address it with kindness and honesty. One time I had a tough conversation with a close friend. I felt like our dynamic has shifted and I wasn't being treated with the same respect I was giving. It was uncomfortable, but addressing it brought us closer together because we could clear the air and reset our expectations. Here's the truth. Compromising your integrity might feel like the easier choice in the moment, but it comes at a cost. It chips away at our self-trust and can damage your relationships. Research from the Journal of Business Ethics highlights how small ethical compromises can snowball, leading to bigger issues over time. The study showed that individuals who consistently prioritize integrity experience higher level of personal satisfaction and professional success. So, how do we resist the pressure to compromise? By keeping the bigger picture in mind. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Enjoying what you're hearing? Fantastic! To make sure you're always in the loop with the latest episode, just hit that subscribe button. Your support makes all the difference. And hey, this podcast thrives because of awesome listeners like you. So a big shout out for that. And of course, I'm on Instagram. Find and follow me at Christine_Dang. Lastly, looking for more information on what we discussed today? Just cruise on over to thedangoodshow.com, click on the episode you're curious about, and voila! Access to the show notes. Now, without further ado, let's jump back into the show. Let's get practical. Here are some tips to help you stay grounded when your integrity is tested. Number 1, pause before reacting. Now, when faced with a difficult decision, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, does this align with my values? For example, if a colleague pressures you to take credit for someone else's work, pause and consider how you'd feel if the roles were reversed. Number 2, communicate with kindness. Now, speaking up doesn't mean being confrontational. Frame your concerns in a way that's constructive and empathetic. Like, for example, instead of saying, "You're wrong," try saying, "I see it differently. Can we discuss this?" Number 3, lean on your support system. Now, surround yourself with people who inspire and encourage you to stay true to your values. Number 4, practice self-awareness. Regularly reflect on your actions and decisions. Journaling can be a great way to track how well you're living in alignment with your values. And lastly, number 5, learn from mistakes. Now, integrity isn't about perfection. It's about progress. So, if you slip up, acknowledge it, learn from it, and commit to doing better. Whether you're leading a team, a family, or just yourself, integrity is one of the most important qualities you can bring to the table. Leaders who act with integrity inspire trust, foster collaboration, and create positive ripple effects. Think about the leader you admire. What stands out about them? Chances are, it's not about their skills, but their character. Integrity-driven leaders are the ones who make tough decisions, own up to mistakes, and prioritize what's right over what's easy. Let's wrap up with a few practical exercises you can try. Number 1, daily integrity check-in. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my values today? Number 2, the integrity pause. Now, before making a decision, pause and ask, is this consistent with who I am and what I believe in? And lastly, number 3, role model reflection. Okay, think about someone you admire for their integrity. What qualities do they have? And how can you embody those qualities in your own life? So, I'm not gonna lie, I probably did all 3 for a good month until it became a habit. So if I can do it, I know you can do it too. All right, friends, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Integrity in action, navigating challenges with honesty and courage. Living with integrity isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. When you stay true to your values, you create a life that you can be proud of. One built on trust, authenticity, and meaningful connections. Next time, we'll wrap up the series with the ripple effect of integrity, transforming ourselves and the world. I'll share how living with integrity not only impacts your life, but creates positive ripples in your community and beyond. Now, if today's episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need a little inspiration. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay true to yourself, stay curious, and as always, stay dang good. Much love, C-Dang signing out. Thank you for joining us on The Dang Good Show. Remember to swing by our website, thedangoodshow.com, where you can easily subscribe on platforms like Apple, Google, and Spotify to keep up with our latest episodes. Loved what you heard today? A thumbs up and a positive review on your favorite listening platform would be incredibly appreciated. And if our show struck a chord with you, sharing it with just one friend can help our community grow and thrive. Thanks once more for lending your ears to me on The Dang Good Show. Until we meet again, take care and goodbye.